Hi, I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor at Prospect Presbyterian Church. Welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, January 29th. Each time we come together for Take a Break, Take a Breath, we look at a different psalm as a way of centering ourselves. That's the invitation of Take a Break, Take a Breath, to pause in your day and just breathe, to stop all of the activity and center in yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name. Today we're looking at Psalm 130. Psalm 130 is another one of the songs of ascent, the songs that they sang as they made their way to Jerusalem. It's also one of the 7 penitential psalms. It starts out with words that are well known to many. Out of the depths I cried to you, Lord, hear my prayer. It is a song that was familiar and among the favorites of many people, of John Wesley, of Martin Luther, of other great church leaders from that particular time. It's a psalm that reminds us to wait for God. And coming after Psalm 129, it is also a psalm that reminds us not to get self-righteous about us being right and all of these people being against us and us not having anything wrong or any need to confess. It reminds us that God's presence comes to us and still loves us and forgives us. And in fact, experiencing God's presence and God's forgiveness and God's love and God's redemption is the same as being in God's presence. The verses that I'm focusing on for today may seem like odd ones, but they're in the middle, 5 and 6. I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in God's word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord more than the watchman for the morning. More than the watchman for the morning. If you haven't already done so, I invite you to go to a quiet place in your house and close the door if the room has a door, and settle into a chair. To make yourself aware of the surroundings, feel the support of the chair, feel the temperature of the room, notice and see the light, notice any sounds, what do you hear? And allow those things to fade into the background for a while. Close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. And as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. Breathe in the breath of life. And breathe out all that does not give you life. Breathe in God's peace. And breathe out all of your worries and fears and anxieties. And as you're in this place now, imagine that God's peace is coming to you like stepping into a hot tub. When you step in at first, you feel the water on your feet, and it begins to work its way into you, and it feels good. And you step in a little further, and you're in up to your knees, and so the muscles in your calves begin to relax. And you start to sit down and you feel the water, the peace of God penetrating into your thighs and your hips and your lower back. And God's peace brings you relaxation. And you slide down a little further and your stomach is relaxed and all the jitters that had been there go away. If there's indigestion, it eases. You slide down a little further, and it feels so good on your back. The muscles in your back, well, they're calmed and relaxed by the warmth and the movement of the water, the peace of God that moves in you. Feel it on your chest, and your breathing gets nice and calm and relaxed, and your heart rate slows to a resting pace. Feel it on your arms and your hands, and they kind of float along like you're in a weightless place. And if your hands have been closed, they open up. As it washes up over your shoulders and your neck, brings relaxation to your neck and your shoulders. You splash some of this water, God's peace, on your face, and it might even cause you to smile as your jaw relaxes. You splash it up over your head. You notice how God's peace calms your mind and all your worries and anxieties and all your thinking about the things that need to be get done that can never get done. You're relaxed and at peace. Imagine that this hot tub that you're in is on a rooftop, and it's dark, really dark. It's nighttime. You get out of that hot tub, and there are some wonderful places to sit. You sit down in a spot looking toward the east. And you think of the words of the psalmist. I wait for the Lord. My soul waits, and in God's word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than those who watch for the morning, more than those who watch for the morning. And you think, my soul is waiting for the Lord. Oh, how I want the Lord to come to me, as much as I want the dawn to break in the day. And then you realize that the Lord is present with you, and that the two of you are able to talk. What do you want to say? What do you want to ask? I'll be quiet while you talk with the Lord. And then the time comes for the conversation to end, and you end it in whatever ways are appropriate, or if you're not ready to end it, just hit pause. And now, as this time is ending, you notice that the light of dawn is beginning to shine. Then, in your mind's eye, allow this image to fade away. And bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Well, let's take a break, take a breath for Friday, January 29th. If you have feedback for me, or you want to talk or pray with me, send an email to rick@prospectchurch.org.